A few more teams made in the Mixed Match Challenge. A few clubs face off. An A-lister returns, and Braun Strowman kills 2 more people.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Right. Welcome everyone to the Raw After Show, as Raw came to us from Memphis, Tennessee, the home of so much classic wrestling in history, including Andy Kaufman, who, wow, him and Jerry Lawler, what a relationship they had.
It was probably one of the first mainstream wrestling related things that had ever happened in this country.
That's a very good point.
There were a number of things that happened in Japan, Muhammad Ali and Antonio Inoki, but after that, in this country, we had Jerry Lawler, and he pile drove Andy Kaufman to Kingdom Come, and it was a sight.
And interesting to bring up Andy Kaufman when we have those mixed match challenges coming up.
Yeah, so, bringing it together.
How about that? Not to mention Memphis wrestling. You know, some of the best managers in history learned how to be great from the way managers acted in Memphis. And then heels in general, just how to be cowards. You had the constant, there was a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Very animated.
Yeah,
the Memphis
sure. And you got some of that tonight, the cowardly actions and cheap shots that were taken in a lot of these matches. You could kind of feel it. The guys knew they were in Memphis, and they were reading out of the Memphis playbook.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they certainly were. So yeah, guys, welcome. This is the first Raw After Show of the 2K18. Here we are in Los Angeles, California. Good to be with you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Let's get into it. Jonny Loquasto here at JQuasto. The lovely lady right there. She's the host of Marvel Movie News every single week and also hosts a weekly show about Skybound Comics. Follow her everywhere at Markeia McCarty. She'll spell it for you. It's Markeia McCarty.
Yeah, there's a silent E in there, so Markeia McCarty. And yeah, in a chat room, happy Rusev Day.
Of course.
So
every day.
Yes, absolutely. And chat room also wants to know, Johnny, did your team win?
No, I'm not answering that question.
No.
All right.
Oh,
no. Now, to be fair, because of the way the Chiefs lost, the video that I made is now over 200,000 views and has gone viral. So thank you, Kansas City Chiefs, for disappointing your entire fan base once again for the second time this season. The last video we made got almost 500,000 views. We're already at 200,000 in less than 36 hours because my team makes me miserable. So
consistency is key, and they have consistency in a negative way.
Misery loves comedy, and that's what
does.
happened. My friend and I got so frustrated after the game. I said, we got to make another video. The people need it. And sure enough, all of Kansas City media is behind us. All of Kansas City. I can't even believe how many people. We're at 3,500 shares on Facebook alone.
You're gonna have to move to Kansas City.
I'd consider it. I almost did actually a year and a half ago for something else. But yeah, and then 25,000 views on Twitter. So if you haven't looked at it yet, you don't have to like the Chiefs to enjoy the video. It's just craziness. So, but this gentleman right here, he is a champion. He knows how to finish. He knows how to get the job done. That's right. He's a former Hollywood Heritage Champion in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. He's wrestled all over the globe, including for multiple WWE shows. Please follow him at True Hobo.
Yep.
He's the boxcar superstar, the Hobo.
I'm happy to be here, and I said it last Wednesday on the NXT After Show. I'll say it again. I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. I want to thank you two for joining me this weekend and helping to celebrate. It is a dark and stormy night in the City of Angels, and I am just happy to be here. A lot of people wanted to be here. They couldn't make it.
Right.
It's tough out there.
When it rains,
the cold weather is taking people out.
When it rains,
oh, they can't.
They couldn't.
Hobbled at the knee. Oh, Lord, send an email. I got a knee out.
When it storms here, you're either Superman or you're a regular human. And tonight, we are Superman.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Kryptonite falls from the sky. It's wet. It's slippery. It's here.
Speaking of which,
taking people out.
Speaking of which, we're going to get to Braun Strowman, but that dude could fist fight Thanos and Darkseid and just systematically end both comic book universes.
Those are some strong words.
He could.
He's a strong man.
He's a very strong man. He's a monster among men.
A monster among men.
Amongst men.
There you go.
Yeah, so let's get into it, y'all. We got plenty to talk about as we are less than 3 weeks, yes, from the Royal Rumble.
Oh. Yes.
Boom. Starting off Raw in Memphis, Tennessee. We got Roman Reigns hitting the ring. He's very confident. He said he showed Samoa Joe last week that it's still his yard, and he silenced Joe before he was able to get much more out. Jason Jordan to the chagrin of everybody, and I love it so much.
I love this. I'm sorry. Actually, sorry, not sorry. I enjoy this Jason Jordan that they have. He's really embracing what he's doing.
He better be. He's on TV every week.
I'm enjoying it. I think it's hitting that perfect. Was it a nails against a chalkboard scratch?
Just
you know,
like the needle moving off a record. You know,
like,
Roman Reigns is in his groove. He's got it going, and just like that, Jason Jordan comes on out.
There we go. It makes me interested. It annoys me. It annoys me. It makes me interested, though, which is what's important.
It makes you feel something. I think that's the most important thing of all.
This entire thing, Jordan made it really, really almost like, you know how Curb Your Enthusiasm has those moments where it's just so uncomfortable you can't. He's that way, especially in this opening segment. Just everything like.
Are you saying you want Curb Your Enthusiasm music to accompany Jason Jordan?
I think that would be great.
Have that?
Somebody can make that. I know we've got people watching who can make that happen.
I guarantee if you add that music to the way he walks down the ramp, it kind of would work in rhythm.
Yeah, I guess it might.
And then
He's the Larry David of the WWE.
That's a great way of putting it.
I mean, he doesn't resemble him in any possible fashion.
Not quite.
But
well, he's half white apparently. Besides that,
yeah, I that's what they say.
Just like his situational, circumstances with things, where it's like, his dad's this really big deal, and he's trying to get into the business. He was doing it on his own terms, but now it's very apparent that he's compared to his dad, kind of a thing.
Everybody's got that kid on the block that wants to play with him, and he inserts himself into situations. Nobody wants him around. They simply tolerate him for the benefit of the kid himself. 'Cause he's not a bad kid. He just doesn't know when to shut the hell up.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid.
Good kid.
So he hits the ring and basically just wants a fist bump from Roman Reigns and kind of includes himself in the Shield.
He uses we and us like he is now. Like he's in it now.
Hey,
I'm with you guys. Yeah.
He's got a belt, so
that you cannot dispute.
No,
you can't take it away from him.
What are you gonna do with that? Him and Rollins, they share a belt.
Here's my thing, though.
Thing.
When Jason started saying we and us, like you guys just mentioned, I want some kind of reaction from Roman Reigns. Like, he just kind of looks and kind of like smirks. Like, dude, give me something. Like, the dude is saying stuff that is annoying you. Just react a little bit.
Yeah.
There was no reaction. Then Seth comes out and had to save the day, of course, saying, yeah, there'll be a lot to learn. And then Roman's like, yeah, keep to yourself, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, Jason's like, we're the most powerful triple team in WWE. And then bam, no fist. I wanted something out of Roman Reigns, man, like the kind of emotion that Cena was trying to bring out of him months ago, and it didn't necessarily happen.
I think, though, that Jordan his actions and his words spoke for themselves, and I don't think we actually needed Roman Reigns to echo how bad it sounded, because it was bad.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns didn't need to tell us that it was bad. It stunk to high heaven in the middle of that ring, and Roman Reigns was just trying to keep it together. It didn't right cross him out.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's like in that way that it's just like, oh God, you're that kid during art class that used to hang on the periphery,
Here's a great one to follow that up with from Vincent N. This is great. Jason Jordan is the type of dude who replies to Team Snapchat on Snapchat. Oh, he's got a bunch for us.
Oh.
Jason Jordan is the type of dude who laughs at you and your friend's inside joke, even though he has no clue what you're talking about.
Oh, totally. Yeah, completely.
Vincent N. killing it tonight.
Oh my God. No, that's spot on, dude.
Yeah, good stuff.
Wow.
So, yes, they have an awkward moment, and Jason Jordan says that we're the most dominant three-man team. Well, guess what? We got the Balor Club hitting the ring, and, they've been running together forever, Ski. and they call Jason a nerd, and who can argue?
And Jason responds by slapping the big man right in the mouth.
Yeah.
That was a bad idea. And both Reigns and Rollins are looking at him going, don't do it. Just don't. Just don't. Jason Jordan wants to prove he's a big man. He should have stand up to the biggest guy in that ring and he just slap him in the face, and there's going to be a problem, and they're going to have to peel him off, and everybody regrets him being there, and that they're champions, and nobody wants this. Nobody wants you to be here. Can you just cool it, man?
Yeah, he's like that younger brother that's like riding on your coattails, but you already forged this trail. It's like, what do you think you're doing right now? I was about to say my younger brother's name. I'm like, no! It's like, what do you think you're doing right now?
Really hits home.
And then what really anchors the whole thing is that his dad is the boss, so what can people really say? They can only complain. They can't go, yo, we don't want your kid out here. Yep. So it really adds for a lot of levels, which... You know, I don't know if this was the plan when Jason Jordan was revealed as Kurt's kid. I assume they wanted everyone to take to him. Clearly, it didn't happen. So, look, when you get lemons, you make lemonade. And in my opinion, they're making lemonade with it because it's so fun to watch everyone get pissed off at Jason Jordan. And that wasn't the end of it, as we will find out.
I mean, this is how business functions. This is how things happen in the real world. You have to work with people that you don't want to work with, and that's just how it goes. You have to find a way to make it work, and that's what they're doing out there in the ring. They got this extra man who wants to be a part of the Shield. He's a square peg. I mean, as square as they come.
But he's a champion.
He was okay.
With
He was
the
good on.
Architects.
He was good on one night.
Yeah.
And that's all that
match.
mattered, to put a belt around that
and
around
you
that waist.
can't argue with it. All you can say is you were good for one night, and that's it. Don't think you're holding this thing together. You got one shot, and you managed to clinch it. When a guy like this has won absolutely next to nothing, he's won maybe 2 matches in the last 40. He manages to clinch one when it counts. Great for him. But it's a fluke, and it's gonna catch up with him when everybody gets tired of his antics, and he loses that belt. They're gonna turn and cannibalize him.
Yeah, but does it matter if you win, or does it matter if you show well? Because when you think about the people that he went up against, he wasn't gonna win, but he showed well.
I'd say it's when you act the way he does, you better win. If you think you're that good, you better win.
I like that.
Because I'd rather hang around with a lovable loser than a guy who can't win it at all, who thinks he's a big shot. I
love uncomfortable. For me, uncomfortable means comedy, and I love what Jordan's doing. I don't even know if he realizes he's doing it, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
I think it's hitting that spot, though. It's a good spot.
It's resonating with a lot of people.
Right?
A lot of people.
He's the kind of dude that is such a nice guy. Like, say he would, like, ask your daughter to the prom, and the dad would meet him and be like, God, this guy's incredible. What's he hiding? Like, he's one of those dudes, like, he's too perfect.
Yeah.
Give me something, you know?
He's the kind of guy that'd get caught on the phone talking about, like, you know, what happens after the prom with your daughter, you know?
Yep, indeed.
Like that. Just be looking at him. I can hear you!
Ah, there you go. So anyway, Kurt Angle makes a 6-man tag team match for the main event, which we will get to at some point. The first match of the evening, though, Sasha Banks and Bayley taking on Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. It's good to see Paige up and moving after that scary incident about a week ago, maybe?
I know something happened. What was the something, in your medical opinion?
I honestly didn't. I have a hard time looking at those kind of shots, so I didn't. I think it was a possible concussion. I think she got hit in the head.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually see the blow.
I mean, she went down, was stunned, and they had to cart her out.
Right.
Whatever it was bad enough that they had to intervene, and she was not able to walk out under her own power.
For sure. So, you know, she might be under a concussion protocol, which, you know, a lot of sports teams do.
They don't generally allow them out ringside if that's the case, though. I was interested to see her out there, not necessarily involved, but out there. Even
She didn't remember.
still.
There was no physicality with her tonight.
Right. But they've gone so far as to ban anybody from getting into a ring who has a concussion.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, that incident, I think it happened, was it before the new year? I feel like it was.
It was just before.
Okay, so that's close to 2 weeks, so maybe, you know. But either way, she didn't wrestle tonight, which is great. I think keep her off as much as possible because right now it's time for Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville to create their names with Paige's help.
Yes.
Yeah, they worked it.
They did.
Feel,
they were in control for most of the match.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Absolution has not lost yet. To me, I would have kept Absolution winning, but Sasha Banks wins with the bank statement. Makes Mandy tap out.
Experience is the greatest thing that you can have in any sport and professional wrestling. Being that kind of cerebral activity, it's smart to have a game plan and know your opponent's weakness. And Mandy Rose, she just walked into it. She really had no idea, and it turned around on her fast, and it
it's
hit.
like getting T-boned in traffic. You don't know that's coming.
Yeah.
But that just happened. Sasha Banks, the boss, happened to Mandy Rose.
Very true. Now, what were your thoughts? Would you have had it go this way, or would you have had Absolution stay undefeated all the way to the Rumble?
No, I think this is an okay way to go. I think it's okay to prove that the two junior members of the trio have less experience overall, and as a result can get caught by a couple of veterans. That to me is okay, because the next time they meet, I believe that Mandy Rose and Deville are just going to beat the tar out of them. I think they're not going to hold back.
I enjoyed this because it can develop conflict between Absolution, which I would enjoy. You know, that can always be fun. But also what I want to happen is what Hobo just said. I want for them to learn from this mistake, and let's have Mandy or Sonya, the next time that Sasha tries the bank statement, they power out of it in some way. Where it's just like the boss is like, wait, what? And it's like, oh, you thought you were going to do that again? Oh, no. That was last week, honey. That kind of a thing. So I would be on board with that.
I mean, it happened more than once, too. Sasha Banks got an inside cradle that Deville had to break up, or that would have been the match. And then she catches Rose with the bank statement. I mean, she had Mandy kind of dead to rights tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seems like those two.
No, she was on her.
Yeah.
She was on her, and it worked.
But Mandy, physicality-wise, really brought it, and especially to Bailey.
She's
being the heavier of the two.
She's deceptively strong.
She is. Yeah. I mean, those two, Rose and Deville, were a couple of the top prospects in NXT for a while. Despite not getting necessarily far on television, there had always been a ton of buzz about them in the Performance Center, and now you see they're here on television, and they're absolutely making a name for themselves. Sonya Deville, for strikes, one of the deadliest. And for her years, I mean, she doesn't have a whole lot of years under her belt, but she's, I'd say, almost on par with Asuka, like shot for shot.
I mean, look, she when she had the opportunity, she worked her tail off. She went down to NXT and she, the Performance Center, and we all knew, I mean, I can tell you firsthand, and so could you. I mean, I knew her quite well. She's incredibly determined. I mean, she wanted to be a great fighter. She jumped right headfirst into that. Her training was ridiculous. She was always in really good shape, and she was always laser focused. And so she shifted from MMA to WWE, and clearly it paid off.
Yeah, one opportunity led to another opportunity, and she didn't let it slip.
Nope.
And I think that a lot of individuals, professional wrestlers, have proven that you can jump to MMA. Even after your wrestling career is on a hiatus.
Or you can go to Japan.
That may be. Could go to Japan.
That's what we see.
So that's an MMA fight in itself.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I'm happy to see that Paige is forced to take a backseat. I feel that they've been sort of riding on a crutch, and they want to use Paige so much more because the younger talent is untested. But once you put those two in the spotlight, they're going to become something really special, really fast, and this is what forces good people to become great performers.
Indeed. Moving back to the locker room, Cedric Alexander and Goldust. Goldust does his best Mickey impression from the Rocky films and basically pumps up Cedric Alexander for his title match tonight with Enzo Amore. And, then we find out who Goldust's partner is going to be in the Mixed Match Challenge. Mixed Match Challenge. That's a tough one to say.
Just say it slow like that every time.
Mixed Match Challenge.
Yeah.
And it's going to be someone just as eccentric as Goldust, Alicia Fox. And I already mentioned that's going to be a fun duo.
That's a fun matchup. Wow.
I'm excited for the performers. You can tell they're all like legitimately excited to do this. It's going to be, I think, very goofy and fun.
Yeah, I want to see. I mean, we already saw how Goldust and Cody Rhodes did. You know, when it was we're finding the crystal key and everything like that.
Yeah.
I want that with him and Alicia Fox. I want them to go out there. I want to be in like Outer Space 9. I want to get some Mass Effect level weirdness going on. The two of them. And I want that to happen. I want them to go there.
I hope it does. I have my reservations, but in any capacity there, those two are going to be really something to watch.
Yeah. Oh, God, I want her to do... Will she do, like, face paint?
Oh, maybe.
I
maybe
want her to do that.
to.
Something really, you know, spectacular. Maybe something purple and gold. Black Panther-ish.
It's interesting, too, because when you notice the teams kind of finding out who their partner is, they're kind of breaking... I don't want to say that they're not breaking character, per se, but it's almost like it's fun seeing this different side of each person. Like, when The Miz saw Asuka, instead of being like, I'm better than you, what does it matter? He was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, that kind of thing. Like, Goldust wasn't freaked out by Alicia Fox. He was like, okay, this is going to be fun.
I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of friction on that level because I think all of the competitors genuinely want to win. So when they're teamed with somebody, it's one of those situations of, okay, if they're good, that's great for me. If they can learn from this experience, let's make you even better. So I think it's something that everybody can benefit from one way or another.
Agreed. Totally agree. Moving on. Oh boy, it's time to get woken, y'all. Matt Hardy's got new music, and at first I was like, all right, if he gets the music, should it just be straight piano like it was with Impact, where it was just basically Rebby just playing the piano? It's a cool. I don't think we need the yes to start off his voice. I love the piano just leading in, but I dig the song. What do you think?
Yeah, Anthony, if you can find that song to play like anytime during this,
it might
awesome.
be tough.
It might be tough. It might not exist yet.
Yeah.
Might not exist yet on YouTube.
Look up Woken Matt Hardy theme music. There's a chance because I think it's existed for about 2 weeks now,
Really?
and people on the internet know how to do
see.
things.
Yeah, but I was all about it when he was hitting that and he came out. Delete, delete, delete. I was like, I was sparking in my living room. I was like, what?
He needs new graphics now. That's the one thing I was like, okay, I would have liked for there to have been new musics and new graphics at the same time. Because now we have the new music and we have the old graphics, and it's kind of like, this feels weird. It's wearing two different shoes.
I'm looking forward to them incorporating drones, which they will do in my headspace.
Okay.
That's happening. Where eventually some home game, as far as home games go for WWE, they will have drones that come in and just like kind of hover.
Oh Lord.
It's not that difficult.
It's a live event. Here we go. I don't know if it's.
Just hear that.
Well, right now, it's just. Okay, this is different. So maybe his music's it's incredibly new. Because this is straight piano music.
Yeah.
Okay.
They must be testing.
Either way, I dig it. It had a very the orchestra involved, and I dug it. I definitely did. So Kurt Hawkins is still not.
He's part of broken history.
Yeah, I would say he's not undefeated. He would be completely defeated.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a title I forget for what promotion. I believe it's Japanese. It's traded between individuals. Only it's the loser's belt.
Ooh.
If you lose the match, you have to wear it like an albatross around your neck.
Okay.
Yikes.
I think Kurt Hawkins would be absolutely the best person to hold that title.
And he would be very proud of it.
Oh,
Yes, he
sure.
would.
No, he has got that thing solid.
He's making the most of it. He even got The Rock to quote a tweet of his last week and like give him a shout out. I mean, Hawkins is almost kind of doing like what his former partner Zack Ryder did back in the day. Ryder kind of took social media into his own hands, and Hawkins is kind of, you know, he's playing up the fact that, yeah, I lose all the time. And I think eventually it's going to lead to some cool moment for him to where maybe he'll start to ascend Or probably not.
Or it could ruin everything that he's got if he wins. It might be the end of this streak. I mean, it just reminds me of somebody at NXT who was doing something similar. And now he's NXT champion, Cien Almas. He did not care about wins and losses. He was happy racking up losses and then hitting the club. But now he turned it around as NXT champion.
Yeah.
So it's possible that Curt Hawkins could go that route, but he doesn't seem terribly upset to be losing. So, I mean, what's a paycheck, really?
I mean, the route he did not go was victory tonight. Matt Hardy, interesting. He finished him off with the cutter. I don't know if he's a name for it.
I mean, that's twist of fate.
Was that a twist of fate? It looked a little bit different. Okay.
Nope. It's a twist of fate.
So it was a twist of fate. Okay. Yeah, so he wins. He celebrates. Lights go out. Bray Wyatt and Markeia, they stare at each other. Then they laugh at each other. And that's...
Yes!
There, that.
Yes!
That's there. That's
Yes!
that.
I'm good with this. I'm good with this awkward laughing that the two of them do. I'm actually glad they didn't do a Bray like... And then he's just gone. I wanted this. I wanted them to just stand there and awkwardly laugh at each other.
Yeah.
Because we've had this promo, and then having it this way with them being live, that was different for me, and I enjoyed that. Yeah. I'm enjoying everything about this. I really am.
The tension is definitely building. When these two have a legitimate rematch, it's gonna be weird. I sort of have this feeling like some very strange things are going to happen.
I kind of don't want them to have an actual physical match.
Well, that's gonna happen.
I kind of just want it to be something that's just in videos, or something where it's like them in a video form, them doing something. Maybe at the burnt out compound or something, but something in video form. I don't know if I want an actual physical match between the two of them.
It's going to happen. I just don't know.
It has to be a physical contest. This is professional wrestling. Everything ends in a physical contest. It doesn't have to be your standard match. It can be no disqualification. It can be falls count anywhere. And as a result, it could take place anywhere with any amount of interference from multiple individuals, objects, spirits, anything.
Spirit on a pole match?
Sure.
That could be it. And he also said he is going to enter the Rumble of Royalty. So that's also happening. So they laugh at each other. There's still no physicality. I dig that because, they might not even fight until the Rumble. In the Rumble, I'm saying. Like, why not stretch it out? Maybe this will be a WrestleMania thing. If Woken Matt Hardy, if they're giving that much creative freedom to him, why not make it a big thing at WrestleMania? Keep building it between the two. That'll be a great moment for both.
Yeah.
And maybe it could be the resurrection of Bray Wyatt's character.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Moving on. Who Wants to Walk with Elias? That's what WWE stands for. He sings us a nice little jingle and introduces the returning Miz, the A-lister. His guests tonight on Miz TV are Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Although all they really do is they try to give him a bunch of gifts, and then Miz takes the mic and says, "Yo, I want the IC title back."
You can't buy daddy's love.
They tried.
Nope.
They sure tried, though. Any thoughts on Miz TV?
The way that the Miztourage was with this particular thing, where it's like, hey, here's this photo that I worship of you. You're my precious, kind of a thing. It's like, oh, I didn't get anything. Here are my undies. I have undies. You want these undies? I enjoyed this.
Sure.
I enjoyed this because, the slapstick fun, but I also, I want Bo Dallas to stand on his own 2 feet one day.
He's got some great hair.
Doesn't
he has been conditioning that hair. I mean, you have long hair yourself.
Yeah, no, mine's a mess.
He's doing something with that hair, and I am all on board for Bo Dallas's hair. I think there should be a Twitter just for his hair.
Okay.
It's good hair.
I'm down with that.
It really is.
Next up, Balor Club back in the locker room. They just have a Balor Club conversation. They're getting prepared for tonight, and Carl once again reminds us that he's got a hot Asian wife.
It's true.
I've never seen them.
Really? It's true.
Really? Does he show photos or something?
I mean, we're like Facebook friends.
Oh, okay.
So,
is she also in the business or no?
Tough to say. She might have been. She is not now, I don't believe.
Okay. But he's not lying to us, is what you're saying.
No, sir.
Okay.
Not a lie.
Okay.
All right.
And he said it, so I can say it.
For all of the
Hot lady.
above, that he's married, she's predominantly hot and recognizably Asian, I suppose.
Sure. However you want to say it. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Bottom line is, I like these three together. I think we already talked about it.
They got a lot of history. They were talking about it tonight. A lot of history.
It's a perfect fit. It's like you had Gallows and Anderson were kind of on an island, and then Balor, since the Bray Wyatt thing ended, where was he going? Why not put them together? You know.
Good times ensue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good times indeed. Enzo Amore and Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship.
That's such good times.
Yikes,
Wow.
this match. Yikes.
A lot happened.
Yowza.
Enzo was so confident that he had beaten the flu. So confident.
Ooh.
He could not have been more wrong.
His
He
head
looked-
was a ketchup packet.
He looked like Beetlejuice. He was so pale.
Yeah. Like the purple around
was
his
just like-
eyes. Like, oh, brother, you
It's
aren't
like,
okay.
baby, no. No.
I give him credit
This
for
is
going
not
out
the
there.
time.
I give him credit for going out there.
No,
But
it's like, well, he didn't want to lose his job. Where it's just like, hey, are you still sick? Nobody's sick for that long. Go out there,
Sure.
and it's like, oh no.
You make choices as a champion. Overconfidence is a real killer of momentum. Enzo Amore experienced that firsthand. He really did not hold a candle to Cedric Alexander.
Oh my God,
The
this was a
only-
whooping.
Only way he could
This
get
was
into
a
control
whooping.
was doing something very dirty and very dangerous and throwing Cedric Alexander off of the almost the top to the outside. But even then, Cedric came back and just busted Enzo Amore's eyebrow open.
Yeah.
Clean cut. I
No,
mean,
no, totally
bled.
clean. Totally clean.
I mean,
No,
it'll
this-
be an easy
not
stitch.
to mention that when Cedric did the plancha over the top rope, whew, I got a little really. I mean, I know Enzo. I don't know what was going on, but it did not. It looked rough. I really hope he
That's
did not.
what happens when you're that tired. Is all it takes is
Yeah,
a moment,
he's-
and your body doesn't react the way you want it to. Your brain's ahead of your body, and all of a sudden you've got the weight of a 205-pound man crashing on you from a height of
He was fatigued.
10 feet. Oh, definitely.
When you're that sick, your body's just fatigued. You think you're okay. Your mind tells you, "Oh yeah, you're fine." But no, your body is on its last legs, so to speak. So it's like, no, you can't. You think you can, but you can't.
Yep.
And it was just like, wow, this was like a schoolyard whooping.
Enzo ought to be counting his lucky stars that Cedric Alexander
It's
is
such a professional that he like drew it back and
right.
recognized.
And also listened to the referee's call and
Ooh.
did not snatch up Enzo, throw him in the ring, and pin him right there. There are a lot of other individuals who would ignore the ref's call and grab him and put him in and just pin him flat out.
Yeah.
But Cedric Alexander,
Yes.
he believes in a quality win, and so he didn't take the easy way out, and he's definitely going to get another shot.
Sure.
So he was happy enough to take that and go, oh, I'll beat him again real soon.
You definitely read
Confidence.
that during this match where it's like Alexander, total professional, where it's just like, okay, I'm reading. He reads the ring
plus,
and he reads the room very well.
I think that the story that we want to be told as well is that Enzo's completely out of his league,
Yeah.
which he is, and that's what is one of the things about Enzo in 205 Live is the fact that he's always finding a way to hang on. Just like tonight, count out, still champ. But you could look at his skills in the ring versus Cedric. No.
Yeah.
no.
He looked like he was in some kind of accident
Like,
tonight.
no.
Blood all over his face, busted up ankle. He
Like I said, I give him a lot of credit for going, but you could tell his body wasn't ready.
wasn't there. No, man, he wasn't there.
No.
No, he sure was not. And of
Spirit
course,
was willing.
yeah.
Body is spongy and bruised.
Boy. And then afterwards in the locker room, he's in a lot of pain. Nia walks up to him, says, "How you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm good, real good."
Oh, and then
Yeah.
total breakdown. Like
dug
the
that.
crumpling of a cup.
I dug it.
Like,
like,
crying. Like,
Oh, we've all been there. We've all been there.
What, beat
I
up?
admit nothing.
Where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm good. Oh God, I'm so not good. I'm so not good right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been
Oh,
kicked in the
God.
head by Cedric, but I could imagine that's probably how I would feel.
Man.
Yeah, I admit nothing.
Okay, fair enough.
I admit it. I'm totally human. It's like there's times like, oh, I'm so not good right now.
I'm an emotional wall, so it never happens to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I buy it. I buy it.
That's right.
Toxic
Yeah.
masculinity in this piece.
Go Chiefs.
Woo.
That's like my
Yes.
code word to
Don't
cry.
bring up Google or video games for Johnny right now.
Yeah.
He's very sensitive.
So Kurt Angle's approached by the bar, and he makes the rematch at the Royal Rumble. That will definitely be a fun one. He says, by the way, if you want to fight tonight, hit the ring. Approaches The Miz. He says he wants his IC title rematch at the 25th anniversary of Raw in 2 weeks. Angle's like, you know what? You guys are doing my job for me. That's a great idea. You could have that match too. What I love about Angle's Raw is he's literally, it's like he shows up and makes no matches until the light goes
Yeah,
on.
that's true enough.
But I guess that's always been going
But he was planning ahead. He was talking to somebody on the phone about being in the Women's Royal Rumble.
You haven't wrestled? Who do you think?
I don't know. There's a lot of rumors about Beth Phoenix,
Sure.
possibly for that.
Which I would love.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to
Let's,
say.
like, get Lita on there.
Maybe.
It's like,
Alundra Blaze is still in fighting shape. I'm just looking at her. She's up there, a little
It's
bit
like,
up there in age,
isn't
but she's
that what
tough.
Royal Rumble's about, though? Let's get some of that,
Oh,
that
yeah.
classic talent in with our newer talent. It's like,
Definitely.
let's do it.
That's the best
It's like
part
we
about
have,
it.
I
Being
know,
30.
right? We have this chance.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll see.
Well, I mean, we spoke of this on Compadres last week, but between the two rosters, you have 20 women. There's 30 in the Rumble, maybe a few from NXT.
They
But
got
other than
enough.
that, you got to bring some people back, and that's going to be really exciting. That's why I think.
Jazz. Nope, sorry. Go ahead.
Jazz,
Go ahead with
yeah.
what
I
you were
love that.
saying.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, she was lost.
The only thing is,
Ooh.
she's still currently the NWA Women's Champion.
Oh,
so,
is she? Oh, I didn't realize.
as far as I know, she hasn't lost it.
Huh. Have you seen Bull Nakano recently? Great shape.
Yeah?
Yeah, doesn't even look like her old self.
Look, all they have to do is put out one-time appearance contracts for people, and there could be so many. Can you imagine the Women's Rumble starting off the show? How many
Oh.
incredible moments will be in that? Especially the thing people love most about the Rumble is the surprises. There's going to
Yes.
be way more women surprises than guy surprises.
Yeah. For me, the Rumble is the second biggest show of the year.
Me too. Love
I
it.
mean, a lot of people, the company tries to gear it toward SummerSlam.
Sure.
Being number 2, and then maybe Rumble being number 3. But for all the surprises, it's the Royal Rumble, man. That's the one I want to watch. I will pass on almost any pay-per-view except the Royal Rumble. I gotta watch the Royal Rumble.
And here's why I agree with you. I know plenty of people every single year who don't consistently watch wrestling. But they see me and they go, oh, I want to watch the Rumble. Like, WrestleMania and Rumble are the two that they're most nostalgic about and that they're into. That tells me what the two most important ones of the year. Now, I get the other ones are huge, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, but the Rumble is the one that most, non-actively,
Casual fans.
most casual fans are still into the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like one day, IRS will come into the Rumble.
It could be
One
this
day.
year. It could be.
One day.
Hey.
It might
It's
happen.
possible.
One thing that is possible is the Mixed Match Challenge, and that is The Miz will be teaming up with Asuka. He discovered that in a dark parking lot, and she jumped out of a limo. Weird reveal. And she came in ring gear.
That's what
No,
she
she's-
wears. Or a business
And
suit.
then, like, compared to Miz, she's so petite
She's
compared
pocket
to
sized.
Miz.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I still was scared for him with
No,
her being there.
if she wanted to, she
Yeah.
could have mugged him.
Oh,
Give me
God,
that
yeah.
coat. I don't want to. Give me that coat.
Yep.
He'd be like, yes, you do.
And then Alexa Bliss is backstage with Nia Jax, and she walks backstage and is talking to Asuka, and she says, "When my best friend Nia finds out what you said about her, she's gonna come after you." And Nia's like, and Asuka's like, "What?"
I didn't say jack, brother.
Exactly.
No pound sand.
So Sheamus and Cesaro hit the ring. Who's going to be their opponents? Titus Worldwide. And the closing sequence was fantastic. Sheamus goes for the brogue kick while Apollo is on the apron. He dodges it. Moonsaults on top of Cesaro. Titus rolls up Sheamus for the win. Titus Worldwide. It might be their first win. I'm not sure.
I'm not certain, but it might be. I was so astounded that Titus Brand got a win, especially over the bar. I was like, wait, what?
Huge.
What?
Fluke.
What just happened?
On board.
Wait, was this a tag team match where it was just like they did this, or was it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Listen,
I remember watching it and I was like, what are they doing right now? It's like, oh, this won't work.
Essentially, they couldn't lose. The bar can't lose because they are absolutely locked in for a rematch.
Sure.
But yet they did lose.
Right, but that's only good for Titus Worldwide. Really, but they aren't necessarily going to jump in front of the bar.
No, but
Bar's
I'm saying Titus Brand, the of the underdogs, got a win tonight.
It's great.
And you don't expect that at
Dana
all.
Brooke in that suit just... she's so funny. It's like
she was all about it.
It's like the glasses are so oversized for some reason. They're just it's
I
very
loved her energy where she was just like, yes, this is what we have. Let's go now before they say something.
It's very comical, but it works.
They stole it. I mean, basically they stole it.
They did. They won. They won clean. They won clean.
They did.
They did.
The former champions were not paying attention. They were off their A game, and as a result, Sheamus was left there with his leg hanging on the rope, going, "Come back! I want to kick you."
Yeah.
And then roll up 1, 2, 3, and a good pin, solid pin. Titus O'Neil squarely placing all of his weight over the shoulders of Sheamus, pressing all of him into the canvas. There's really no way for Sheamus to get out.
And you know what? There's no asterisk next to a W. So
not in this case. Definitely a clean one.
And I really enjoyed Corey Graves on commentary during this match, really talking about Titus Worldwide, about how he is not only, leading his own brand, but he gives business advice to other athletes like Juju Smith-Schuster from the Steelers and like other receivers. Like, they're calling him up for advice. They want to know. That's what a great color commentator does, is you add facts about people that they wouldn't know, and it just makes them, it makes the character that much stronger. And I just love when he has those random things.
Yeah, you didn't know, but now you know.
Now you know. Now, this next one. So Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman hit the ring. And Paul Heyman, he doesn't have to say much this time around. He said everything last week, and some of it was not even, I don't even know what language it was.
Was it Hebrew? Could have been Hebrew.
It may have been Hebrew.
He does
I don't know.
Hebrew occasionally.
I don't know. But Heyman basically said no one's going to get in the way of his beast at the Rumble. And Brock may even choose to pin Braun and Kane at the same time. That's essentially the gist of what...
That's a bold statement.
Very bold
Hard
statement.
to believe.
That's a pile of... That's a lot of
It's
hype.
piled high. Piled at eye level to the champion.
Piled real high. So on their way out, Kane attacks. They start to fight backstage. We're thinking, all right, this is getting interesting. Braun Strowman, I rarely would say comes out of nowhere, but he does. Oh, God.
He sure did, didn't he?
Tosses Lesnar like a grocery bag against the wall. A thing falls on top of him. Some kind of crate.
Yeah, road case.
Road case.
Road case is being thrown around.
Yeah, but let's talk about what he dragged out. What just happened to be there, like it's road gear.
Oh yeah.
That they just have.
Then he hits that. Yeah, hits
because
Kane with
there's
that
like
one.
Batman is a wrestler.
Fudging grappling.
It was
hook.
a grappling hook.
Like dude thinks he's Adam West.
Had a grappling hook, and Braun knew how to swing it right to get it up there.
I guess we know what his hobbies are.
It's like his hobby is Batman.
Yes,
I know.
Yeah,
his hobby is on Batman.
He could have killed Batman. That's where he got the grappling hook.
That's right.
I was just like, how is that there, and does he know how to work it so well? He hooked it just right.
Maybe he watched
just right. There was no stop edit or anything with this. He hooked it just right.
Didn't the villain in I Know What You Did Last Summer use a grappling hook? Was that his thing, or is it just a hook?
No, he a hook for a hand.
Which one? There were like a number of those.
Like the first one.
It's like at least 4?
A lot of old men in rain
4?
gear. Yeah, I don't remember. A lot of Gordon's fisherman looking dudes.
3.
But yeah, use the grappling hook, brings down the entire structure, and just crushes Kane and Brock Lesnar. I mean,
who does that?
Braun Strowman does.
I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. I have never pulled out a grappling hook from my bag of holding to just be like, or from my road case of holding to just be like, and now I'm going to bring the structure down on all of my enemies.
I mean, now you can write it in. Get the master to write it in. I want a grappling hook. Dungeon master.
It's funny because just when we thought Brock Lesnar's already done every comic booky thing to people,
Yes.
we pull this off.
Yeah.
He survived a dumpster crushing.
He lived in a dumpster for 2 weeks, apparently.
Yeah. He survived an ambulance crash. Like, they've really pushed him as being this Jason Voorhees.
And he's yet to be arrested.
Yeah, I know. Weird. Well, I mean, Roman Reigns, I think he's got a warrant. Because that whole ambulance debacle.
I mean,
that was
what's
attempted
next
murder.
that they could do with him that's like Jason Voorhees-esque, you know, but that he can also survive, that they could actually, you know...
Well,
nobody would have guessed that he would pull out a grappling hook. Anything is possible.
I will say this. I wouldn't shock me if at some point they shoot something off-site and Braun Strowman, like, arises from the water. You know what I mean? Like
he's the Kraken?
Yes.
The old Kraken?
So he's Cthulhu? We're going to have Braun Strowman is Cthulhu?
Whatever works.
Well, maybe. I go more Bray Wyatt as Cthulhu. Braun Strowman is...
That's true. Bray Wyatt would also look really cool coming out of the water.
Braun Strowman is Jaws.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
if Jaws had
Jaws.
legs.
You need more than
Bray
a bigger...
You mean like
Cthulhu.
007 Jaws or
No, I mean
Spielberg
like
Jaws?
Jaws, as in...
Like a shark. He's a shark.
He's a shark.
Man.
You know,
He ain't got no
and he always
neck.
comes back. Either that or he's like Piranha 3D. you can't get rid of Braun.
Joe Loco 386 says Kane had a hook in See No Evil. So there's a... Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was a meat hook. Yeah, it wasn't a grappling hook. That was a meat hook.
Fair enough.
I mean, I guess
know the
you
difference.
could do Candyman with it. Where he's
Sure.
got that.
Well, let's just cover Braun Strowman in bees.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
A beard of bees.
Why not?
But as long as it's appreciation for Candyman.
I'm telling you, I love this man. I mean, he is just...
Insane. This is insane.
He's a...
In a good way. Like
In
a
a
good
good way.
wrestling way.
In a good
He's
way.
a national
I
treasure.
honestly don't know what's the next thing that they will do for him. I think like a crane of some sort, but I don't know. Or they're
Maybe he's
gonna
gonna
lift him in a glass case? That doesn't make sense.
Throw a wrecking ball at somebody. Like, I don't know.
Or he will pick up the ball, the boulder from Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Atlas.
Atlas Stone, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know. He's a
A
national
lot of
treasure.
fun stuff that
It's
you
just-
can do with Braun.
I'm very excited for that triple threat match. I worry for Kane. He is not the youngest man.
But he's in such great shape.
Yeah, but I wanted to stay safe. I wanted to be mayor.
Well,
I think that's already
you can be
done.
mayor from a
No,
wheelchair.
election is not till
Oh,
early,
really?
early this year.
Didn't realize.
March-ish, maybe.
Okay.
Yippers. Samoa Joe taking on Rhino. Makes him tap out rather quickly.
I would love to see these two in a tag team. I just say it right out. Rhino's bigger than Samoa Joe, and I would love to see these two stout men team together. I don't
Like
think...
have some time.
Yeah.
Like have some time to really tell a story.
Yeah, or be a tag team. Go after the titles. Like Rhino's got more experience than I think anybody, almost anybody at WWE.
I guess I'm less on the Rhino page than other people then, but I'm
Oh.
always on the Samoa Joe
You gotta
page.
go back and watch his early stuff. The weird thing about Rhino is even at he started wrestling when he was a teenager, and even then he looked the same as he does now. Maybe he's a few pounds heavier, but he looks exactly the same. He's like
a refrigerator
Kane.
mountain
Yes.
is what he is.
No,
You're
it's
talking about...
He's
Who?
like he's
Rhino.
he's
Well,
familiar like a
but Joe,
refrigerator,
too.
but he's a
Yeah.
mountain.
They're both aging well. I
Yeah.
mean, and Joe, boy, does he cut something after. He cuts a promo. He said,
Oh
you know,
my.
Yes.
Oh.
Roman
He's
winning was a
Joe.
Pyrrhic victory, and he's going to go after Roman another time, but now I'm entering the Royal Rumble. And then Charlie mentions John Cena. He's like, oh, John Cena. Oh, John Cena. Okay. He'll be the first one I eliminate. Okay. Down.
And he,
How does this man not have a title? How does this man not have a title? He
It's
would
coming.
be such a great title holder.
Oh, it's coming.
So much energy behind this, too. I mean, yeah, a hard-fought victory against the man-beast. He's breathing hard. He's obviously winded, and he's got nothing but energy to burn on that microphone, just screaming at it. Charlie Caruso just shivering at her heels.
She probably got doused.
Oh, yeah.
He was a mess.
I don't hold back. When you on the microphone, you got to enunciate. No matter what happens, especially if post-match you're shaking, sweat going everywhere, spit going everywhere. It's what you got to do.
I agree.
You got to get it out of there.
I agree, but he has been at the top of his game for a number of months now. But
he has.
Hungry.
Have we seen Joe off game?
No,
I don't know Joe off game.
To be honest,
I'll be honest. I've seen other people off game. I love Dean. I've seen him off game.
Yep.
I have not seen Joe off game.
he might be my favorite for the Rumble right now.
I would love that.
So he's smart and dangerous.
I want a title on this man. I want a title on this man.
Yeah.
And
Intercontinental, maybe.
It makes you
I
wonder
know Reigns got it, but
if this is a hint to Cena Joe at WrestleMania. Who knows?
I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes.
We
We got a little bit of time, so we'll have to see how it builds.
Do have some time. Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss backstage. Nia says she's entering the Rumble. Alexa says, great, you should eliminate Asuka. And by the way, Enzo's also holding you back. And Nia's like, no, he's a champion. I want to be a champion. And Alexa's like, oh, yeah, what? Okay, so you win the Rumble, and then we'll have her thing or whatever. And she's like, oh, by the way, Asuka said something about you. She whispers in her ear. And Nia's like, yeah, she doesn't speak that much English.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What a fool. Trying to pull the strings. That's Alexa Bliss in a nutshell.
She's good at it.
Well, she tries. Didn't work today. Did not work today.
Although it kind of did, because Asuka hits the ring, and before she even gets off the turnbuckle, bam, attacked by Nia Jax. Boom, done.
No, Nia Jax knows where this is going. She wants to step in front of it. She wants to be the one to finally defeat Asuka. She wants that. She wants to have that distinction to finally break the winning streak of Asuka. And so she's getting in front of her. She's cutting her off before she has a chance to attack. She's making sure that when they do finally meet, Asuka is not going to be 100%. And that tumbleweed over just cements the size difference between those two. You see the body of Nia Jax flattening out Asuka. It's gonna be an uphill battle. Asuka is got her work cut out for her against this version of Nia Jax.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine it. I mean, everybody wants to make a difference. They want to make an impact. Imagine making an impact on the Empress of Tomorrow.
Yippers.
Today.
Yippers. And, you know, it's a lot more intrigue leading up to the Rumble, the Women's Rumble. Cannot wait for it. But for now, it's time for the main event. It's a 6-man tag team match.
You know it's the Mac Militant. Coming to get it on. Get out of my way. I'm coming to thunder and lightning and striking. I'm inviting you all to
Holla, holla, holla.
feel the pain that I'm trying to contain.
We got the Balor Club taking on the Fake Shield. And first off, a lot of good moments in this match. But boy, oh boy, I could not have loved the ending more. Because Jason Jordan was just the Keystone Cops towards the end. Everything that he could have done wrong, he did wrong. Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, you, sir, as an active in-ring competitor, take us to those moments.
Jason Jordan is not... You know, you think he'd be better as a tag team wrestler. Was the NXT tag team champion, was the...
And they kind of forgot about that.
SmackDown tag team champion. I think that's right. You think he would be able to keep his eye on the ball a bit better, but no, multiple times he and in the end, ultimately, drew the attention of the referee, which caused a tag unseen and uncredited to Roman Reigns, which spelled out defeat for his team. He was more interested in showing that he was there than actually focusing on how to be effective.
Yep.
He was completely ineffectual, and it ended up resulting in a loss for his Champions Club, I think he dubbed it. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he is. Boy, he is just a fool. A fool on two legs.
I'm going to take the flip side of this and
Please,
say
please
that Balor Club was here to win. They'd already established that they were going to win, that they've been together, that they've been reminiscing. We heard this in the locker room, that this was just a thing, but they're going to take themselves out of the past and take themselves into the present. And we already know the awesomeness that is Finn when it just comes to just being Finn. And now we have Balor Club, and I wanted them to win from the very beginning, and they then won, and I was surprised, yes, but
It makes sense, though.
it totally made sense.
Hitting the coup de grace on Seth Rollins, and it's really all just a domino effect started by Jason Jordan's ineptitude.
Yes. I mean,
Well, they actually didn't need that.
Well,
You know,
like,
they didn't need that to win, but
it sure
it did
doesn't
aid
hurt.
it.
Yeah.
It did aid.
the
You know,
club
if you have
has
some rookie that's just, you know, happy to be there and it's just like, oh, Champions Club, let's get this t-shirt started.
Oh, boy, please.
Kind of a deal. And it's like, well, have you heard of Bullet Club? Have
Yeah.
you? No? Oh,
Well,
we're gonna show you.
They ain't gonna say Bullet Club, that's for sure.
Not,
Well, no,
not
well, they
now,
can't.
but like you were saying, the club has the greatest cohesion, probably for a tag team that's operating right now on Raw.
it was
They've
glorious.
known each other for so long and have operated at such a high level that now that they have the opportunity to take on champions, they are absolutely cementing themselves in the perfect place. And sure, if they're going to get a little treat from Jason Jordan, they're not going to say no. They're not going to go to the referee and say, you know what, ref? He actually did make that tag. You may not have seen it, but I'm going to stop the match right now, and we're going to make this right. Come on, Roman Reigns, get in here and punch me in the face. You earned it. You earned it. And, you know, Jason Jordan, he's got a lot of spunk, but he
Hey,
distracted you.
when you're trying to get a
So-
win, it doesn't matter what gifts they give you. You got to accept. It's better to,
And it's
well,
a
receive
gift.
than give in that moment.
Yeah, and it was a gift. Seth Rollins got his tail whipped
Oh,
toward
yeah.
the end of this match, and the coup de grace, 100%. The look on Seth Rollins' face when both of Finn Balor's feet plunged deep into his solar plexus, purest form of pain.
Oh, indeed.
There was nothing that he could do. All the wind driven completely out of his
was
body.
gone.
Nothing left.
But that wasn't the end. Just as Jason Jordan's trying to apologize to his Champions Club members, attacked by the Miztourage, skull-crushing finale to Roman Reigns, followed by a triple power bomb, mocking the Shield to Roman Reigns. Woof. And the Miz with a nice bright smile and a sweet vest as Raw goes off the air.
Making his intentions very clear.
That dude's got
telling
good
you.
fashion.
Yeah, Miztourage looked great. They were really matching Miz. Bo Dallas looked great in his plaid. Just gonna put that out there because we all know that I love.
Yeah, no, you really love plaid. You love some flannels, some plaids.
There we
Ain't,
go.
ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, great way to end Raw. I mean, all of a sudden, Miz comes back and bam, standing tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to let Miz go. So I know there's gonna be like a Marine 7 or whatever. We're not gonna let him go. We're
Probably.
just gonna like hold on to him.
Sure.
So he can stay on Raw. I like his hot takes. I like his scorching hot tea.
There you go. And there's some people talking about Dean Ambrose in the chat roll when it comes to guessing how long he's been out. They said 9 months. Someone here online read that 2 to 6 months. I can tell you right now, it ain't going to be 2 months. It's not going to be WrestleMania. Tricep tears are one of the most brutal injuries. It's almost as bad as an Achilles. When you tear your Achilles, it's about a full year recovery. Triceps not quite a year, but if you're trying to get back to high-level athletics, it is a really, really hard. And from what I understand, he tore half the tricep distally down here by the elbow.
Oh, that's bad.
It's
Very
really
narrow,
bad.
Very narrow.
Because it's very, very bad. And I guarantee he's going to be immobile for at least probably a couple of months before he's allowed to do anything. And when he does, it'll be passive range of physical therapy. He won't be doing active with his arm until well after WrestleMania. So that's the truth about it. And it's a horrible injury. It's a freak injury. It's a bad angle injury. You know, and so wish him the best.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully
it's-
he does video games on Twitch.
Yeah.
He's got a hand
You
that
know?
works. The
Just
arm doesn't
like-
move, but the
Well, here's
hand
the thing.
works.
His arm's probably going to be stuck straight for quite some
Right.
time.
You can still do that.
I guess you can.
This,
That's
Yeah.
true.
or just like
But
this.
yeah, So we might not see him until towards the end of 2018.
Ugh.
Which is a bummer, but best of wish, best of luck to him.
He'll enjoy the time off.
Speedy
Hopefully, he comes
healing.
back hungry.
Indeed.
Oh, when has he never not?
Well, when Stone Cold said he was resting on his laurels, that whole deal.
And even after that, he gets a little complacent sometimes. Just a little bit.
We're gonna argue
Indeed.
about this.
Anyways, it is time for us to wrap. Markeia McCarty, put yourself over.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Markeia McCarty. That's Markeia McCarty. And I also do Skybound. We are changing our time from Fridays, and it's going to be more of a variety showish thing with, comic books. But still, check out my Twitter, and I will post the new times on that. And then also on January 16th for Marvel Movie News, it will be a Just Me episode. So therefore, I'm doing a Black Panther episode, and that is happening. And we are going full Black Panther. So see that. Marvel Movie News, 2 p.m. PST. It is a Tuesday, January 16th.
Fantastic. And the Boxcar Superstar.
I'm on the Twitter and the Instagram at True Hobo. You can buy a t-shirt at nxteam.spreadshirt.com. That's right, I do the NXT After Show on Wednesday, right live after the show. Please tune in. It's always fun.
There you go. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Our first television taping of 2018 is this Sunday, Port Hueneme. If you're in Southern California, make sure you come out. If not, you should be watching every single week. Check your local listings on the CW or watch worldwide on Fight TV. Also, I found out I will be calling CZW's Best of the Best WrestleMania weekend. So if you're in New Orleans for WrestleMania, make sure you go check out CZW at WrestleCon. I will be there calling the matches. Honored to do it again. Can't wait. And comedy-wise, I'll be in Fort Wayne, Indiana next month, as well as Louisville. So if you're anywhere near Indiana or Louisville, Kentucky, holler at me. I will tell you how to get tickets, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We love you. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.